On this episode, I'm going to show you how to do this to your car. G'day guys, and welcome to another episode of Service My Ride. Today we've got a simple mod that can be done on any car, and it's an easy DIY that you guys can do at home. And what we're going to be doing is installing a set of bonnet struts. This is going to allow us a lot more access because it's going to remove the pole that currently holds up the bonnet. Now the reason we're doing this mod is we've got a lot of videos coming up in the future where we're going to need a bit more access to be able to get into the engine bay, and this is going to make it so much easier. Okay, so with our current system, by using the stick, that is how much access we've got with the bonnet sitting there. By installing the gas bonnet struts, it can potentially give us an extra near 6 inches of lift on the bonnet. So the good thing about aftermarket parts is that they make them for a large range of makes and models. Now the one that I've gone with here today is from Nitro Lift. I got this from a local distributor here in Sydney. It cost me $80 for the package, and that also included shipping to my door. Now, what do we get in the package? The kit will include some mounting bolts. Also include some brackets. We've also got here some more mounting brackets. Yep. Our 2 shocks, because we'll need one for each side, and I think that's all that's in there. And lastly, a set of instructions, but you are not going to need these because I'm going to show you how to do it anyway. And the only tools that we need is a 12mm socket and a 10mm socket.
First you'll need to remove the centre bolt on the front quarter panel. Remove the rubber dampener if it's in the way, and we can replace that later. Use your 10mm socket to undo the bolt, and it might be tight to loosen but will unscrew easily. Then fit the mounting bracket by inserting it between the fender and the support, and pay attention to the location of the ball joint. These ones I later had to turn around as they wouldn't clear the bonnet when closing. Then we can reinstall the bolt and the rubber dampener, holding the bracket into place. Next is the bonnet mount to the hinge. Then you'll need to identify between the 2 brackets which to attach to the driver's side. And the ball joint will need to be at the top and on the inside. So first clean around the hinge and grab yourself a marker. We'll need to make reference points so that we can realign the bonnet. So that when we realign the bonnet there'll be no flex and the bonnet will close properly. Then remove the 2 bolts with the 12mm socket. And these 2 bolts will also be extremely tight but easy to unscrew. And the bonnet is extremely heavy, so make sure you get someone else to support it while you remove the bolts. Be careful the bonnet doesn't flex and fall from its mounts. Then realign the bonnet with your reference marks and tighten the bracket. And when reinserting the bolts, start them off by hand so that we don't cross thread them, and then tighten them with the 12mm socket. And when tightening the bolts, make sure you put even pressure on both bolts. Don't just tighten one up all the way and then do the other. This could also cause some flex in the bonnet. And once the brackets are tight, we can now install the struts by attaching them first to the bracket mounted on the bonnet, and then repeat the same process on the passenger side. And to attach them, simply press them on to the ball joint.
And the last thing that we need to do is just to attach these shocks to the mounting brackets. Now as you can see, there's going to be a little bit of a difference between where the mounting bracket is and the actual shock. So what we're going to need to do is to lift up the bonnet, just to push it back so that we can mount that straight onto the bracket. So now you know how to install a set of gas shocks to the bonnet of your car. Now one thing I really like about these is that if for any reason they do fail, they do come with a 12-month warranty. But if they did fail or for whatever reason, we've still got the use of the stick in place. Now other videos we've got coming up on the channel, we're going to finish off the install of the stereo with upgrading the speakers and the amp and sub under the seat. Now if you want to see more of the same content, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell so you get notifications whenever we upload. We've also got some pretty exciting videos coming up in the engine bay. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Nice hard pipes.